Hi everyone, it's Fiona here from fionamarks.com. It's Friday and I'm back with my Friday 5 newsletter. After a couple of weeks break, we escaped spontaneously to celebrate chestnuts at the beginning of November in my husband's hometown. And then last week I had a wisdom tooth extracted, so I was a bit puffy and bruised to be speaking on Friday, but I'm back now and I wanted to let everyone know about Astrologers. The final Astrologers of the year is happening this Sunday. Astrologers is a really cool place to hang out if you are interested in astrology. We basically look at one chart together. So the main title for the newsletter, same chart, different astrologers. We research a chart in advance and then we get together on a Sunday and we just kick around our different approaches and ideas, the things that we saw, the insights we have. In this particular chart, actually, we might do a bit of predicting about what will be coming up in this person's future. So it's a great place if you are a professional astrologer. We always gain so much from your insights. If you are a hobbyist or someone who is studying, Astrologers is great because you get to practice a chart and compare yourself to what other people are seeing as well. It builds your confidence and it allows you to take bite-sized attempts at the chart. You don't have to research everything or do a whole reading. You can maybe look at a particular aspect that you're studying at the moment. And that's what I have in the rest of the newsletter, is some potential areas that you could research. But Astrologers is also great if you just are thinking about astrology. Would you ever get a reading? What is it really about? You will be blown away. Come along if you want to see how it is that astrologers prepare for a reading and what they really look at, how different it is from a newspaper or magazine snippet about your sun sign. This is a very tailored, thoughtful, conscious approach to reading your chart. So if you're interested in maybe having a reading, but you want to see what it looks like, feels like, how much work goes into it, come along and be an observer in our conversation, in our jam about astrology. Now, if you're thinking of researching the chart in advance, here's a few ideas of things we've been doing recently. Points 2 and 3 come from the recent study halls that we had just in the last, I guess, few weeks in November. And in one of them, we looked at the whole chart just from Ishtar and Kashta. And Ishtar and Kashta are about the good or ill that a planet can spread in a chart. And I was blown away by how insightful it was only reading the chart from Ishtar and Kashta, which is a calculation based on the exaltation point and the speed the planet is moving. So it's about how fast and bright, I guess, or how slow and comfortable the planet is. So Ishtar and Kashta might be one thing that we explore on Sunday. At the other study hall during November, we looked at a whole chart just through the ascendant yogas. It happened to be a Scorpio ascendant, as I remember, and we looked at what does that mean? When Scorpio is your rising sign, it naturally makes Mars the ascendant lord, but that also makes Mars the sixth lord. What it is like to be someone who approaches life both from the self and from a dogged work approach to life, from being able to overcome obstacles, being able to identify and see what is in your way, other people, situations, and as it is Mars, have the engineering to approach or deal with those or disarm those potential difficulties. And we went around the chart looking at each of these combinations where the planet rules 2 houses for that particular ascendant. So perhaps that will be a technique that someone researches and explores for Astrologers on Sunday. On point 4 in this week's newsletter, I'm just looking at the 11th Lord. It's a bit of a classic yoga breaker in Vedic astrology. That is the topic of this week's podcast that just went out. If you would like to know all about the number 11 in Vedic astrology, and specifically about how the 11th Lord plays out for different ascendants, then you can go download the podcast and someone might look at the 11th Lord for the chart on Sunday. And in our 5th point for the newsletter, you could also research the Cheshtavala of this person's chart. That was the episode of the podcast at the beginning of November. And this can show you where a person naturally excels. And it could also show you where they're going to want to withdraw or have a lack of confidence because they don't want to fail. They don't want to be exposed to that vulnerability. So Cheshtavala can be really insightful in building rapport with our clients and understanding their approach to life. So perhaps these are some of the things we'll look at on Sunday. There'll probably be a whole lot more as well. I really would love to see you there. You can use the link to book your ticket. And of course, if you would like to see how Cheshtavala shows up in your chart, or if your 11th Lord is breaking a Raja Yoga in your chart, you want to know about the Ishta or Kashta of a particular planet, or if you want to see how your ascendant yogas are uniquely placed for your particular ascendant, why don't you book a reading or a follow-up session with me? I'd love to look at your chart in detail, and I look forward to spending time with you. Okay, until the next time, bye-bye.